If you think about in anyone's life what the basic necessities are, they are nourishment and it's shelter. And we see all kinds of development taking place throughout the city of Stamford. You don't have to travel very far to see the cranes in the sky or the buildings rising up above the surface everywhere, downtown in the South End. But that niche that is below market value, that niche that provides housing for people in their wildest dreams that could never afford housing in the past, now has the opportunity to own a home and live in a home, a beautiful home, and that's provided by Habitat for Humanity. Being a builder, a former builder, and knowing how important it is to create housing for all segments of the society, Habitat fills a niche that no one else comes close to. And you asked me how important it is to have Habitat for Humanity in Stamford. I don't think there's anything more important.
The affordable housing push truly came from the corporations who were moving to Stamford, and they were having a difficult time finding places for their new employees to live locally.
Whether we're very, very rich or we're very, very poor, we need to live somewhere. And the importance of having housing built throughout all of the sectors of our economy, throughout all of the affordability components of our economy is important. It's important to the community. You can't have a community with all million-dollar homes, or you can't have a community with all subsidized housing. But the combination of the two is what makes Stamford the rich city that it is.
This is the first project in Stamford, and I remember early on the leaders of Habitat and GE coming and meeting in the mayor's office, and we talked about a possible project for Habitat for Humanity. And at that time, they were looking for properties to develop.
If we don't have the collaboration that we're seeing with the private sector, with Habitat for Humanity, with the City of Stamford through its community development programs, if we don't have that collaboration, we're not going to have this kind of beautiful housing for all of our people in Stamford.
When I moved here in 1981 from Paterson, New Jersey, I used to have my car repaired up on the west side, and then I'd walk down West Main Street to my office.
I actually was born and grew up right up the street here, probably maybe an 8-iron shot. Well, for me it would probably be a 6-iron shot, but right up at the top of the hill is where I grew up. And we spent our years here going to school, in the environment, in the neighborhood, and I remember back then there were periods of times when you see all the people walking up and down the street. Now, you used to run.
And when I would get down to work, some of my fellow employees would say, "You walk down that street?"
And it was because it was such an edgy environment. And then you see this beautiful building right here on the corner of Spruce Street and West Main Street, built by Habitat for Humanity. The whole neighborhood has changed much, much more for the better. You see people walking, shopping, eating on West Main Street now. It is a true community in every sense of the word. How do you ever thank them enough for doing what we need done in the city of Stamford?